Welcome to the course Theory of Computation. In the last video lecture, we have discussed about the Chomsky hierarchy. This video deals about the central concepts of automata theory. The central concepts of automata theory is the base by which or the basic terms which we'll be using, the basic notations that we will be using throughout this entire course, which deals about the alphabet, the strings and the language. So on the alphabets, we will be discussing about the power of an alphabet, strings, an empty string, what is the length of a string, what is concatenation of strings, clean closure and positive closure. An alphabet, an alphabet is a finite non-empty set of symbols. So as we all know, in the English language, A, B, C, D and so on are alphabets. In a binary language, 0 and 1 are alphabets. So what is an alphabet? An alphabet is a set of symbols which constitute the entire language. Yeah, so it is represented using sigma, and some examples can be 0, 1 forms the binary alphabet, and for decimal it is 0, 1, 2 up to 9, and A, B, C, D up to Z can be set as set of all lowercase alphabets. Strings are those the words that are formed by the collection of all these alphabets form a string. So a string, it is also called as a word, is a finite sequence of symbols chosen from some alphabet. So in our English language, the word A, P, P, L, E constitute apple, and we call it as a word or a string. So collection of the letters constitute a string. So it is represented using W in general, and an example of a binary string can be 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So this isn't a binary string which is from the binary alphabet 0 and 1. And the special case is an empty string. So empty string means a string with 0 occurrences of a symbol. So it is denoted by the symbol epsilon. Length of a string, so it is the number of positions for symbols in a string. It is denoted using this W horizontal tabs. W enclosed within horizontal tabs. An example can be W, if W is equal to 1 0 1 0, then the length of the string is, it has how many positions? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 positions. So it is not like number of characters in a string. If we use the word number of characters or number of symbols, then there are on the whole only two symbols, 0 and 1. Yeah, so but we have to mention, even though the symbols are repeated, we have to take it into account for considering the length, and hence we give the name or definition as number of positions for symbols in the string. Then comes the power of an alphabet. So this is used to express the set of all strings of a certain length, which is given from the actual sigma. So sigma power k, which means this means the set of all strings which are of length k. If we assume sigma is equal to 0, 1, then sigma power 0 will be any string of length 0. So what is a string of length 0? It is an empty string, so epsilon. So string of length 1, which means sigma power 1, 0 occurring one time, 1 occurring one time, 0, 1. Sigma power 2, so all those strings which are of length 2 comes under sigma power 2. Sigma power 3, all those strings which are of length 3 comes under sigma power 3. Similarly, we have something called a sigma power star, which means the union of all these sigma power 0, union sigma power 1, union sigma power 2, union sigma power 3 and so on. So it includes the string epsilon, 0, 1, 00, 01 and so on. Up to it can have strings of any length. Yeah. So this is what I have said. Sigma power star is equal to sigma power 0, union sigma power 1, union so on. And if it is sigma power plus, then this will not include the empty string. That is, the string of length 0 will not be included in this sigma power plus. So we call this plus as the positive closure. So denotes the set of all non-empty strings over the alphabet. Next is concatenation of strings. Um, just it means adding one string to the end of the another string. So let x and y be two strings, and the concatenation of x and y is given by xy, where xy is a string, new string, which is formed by making a copy of x and following it by y. So first have the string x, whatever is in x, and then whatever is in y. So if x is equal to 0 1 0 1, sorry, and y is equal to 1 1 0 1 1, and z is equal to epsilon, then xy is equal to, first I'll have all those characters in x followed by all those characters in y. Yx will be the reverse of it. Xz will be equal to zx will be equal to z, because z is epsilon here, you will be yielding the same x. Next is clean closure. It is an unary operator. It operates either on set of strings or on set of symbols or characters that gives the infinite set of all possible strings of possible lengths over sigma, which includes epsilon. So as we have seen just previously in the power of alphabet, sigma power star includes all the strings including length of 0. So the other names are clean star and clean operator. This is the example we have seen previously. And positive closure, except those strings of length 0, all the remaining strings comes under positive closure. So this includes set of all strings except epsilon, that is excluding epsilon. It's also called as clean plus closure. So it doesn't have sigma power 0. Sigma of that is strings of length 0 are not included. Finally, languages. So this is the set of all strings chosen from some sigma power star, where sigma is a particular alphabet. This is called a language. So we say English is a language. English language is a collection of words which are formed from the alphabet. Yes, the same definition is given. It is denoted by uppercase L, and if sigma is an alphabet and if L is the subset of sigma power star, then L is a language over sigma. Examples: sigma is equal to 0, 1. So the alphabet is a binary alphabet, and the language consisting of n zeros followed by m ones for some n comma m greater than or equal to 0. So which means any number of zeros followed by any number of ones. 2 0 followed by single one. I can have 3 zeros followed by 2 ones, and I can also have 0 number of zeros followed by single one, 0 number of zeros followed by double one, and so on. So these are some examples: single 0, 1, double 0, 1, only ones because the number of zeros is 0. And you cannot have string like 1 1 0, because 1 after a 1 is read, I should not read a 0. So any number of zeros followed by any number of ones. And if it is set of all strings of equal number of zeros and ones, I can say 0 1, I can say 1 0 double 0 double 1, 1 0 1 0. Number of zeros and number of ones are equal. The position of zeros and ones are not needed here. We do not want to see the position of zeros. Yeah, when we include epsilon, it means 0 number of zeros and 0 number of ones, which means equal number of zeros and ones. And the language consisting of only empty string is given by L is equal to, within curly bracket, epsilon. And what is an empty language? The language that contains no string, not even epsilon, it is called as empty language, and it is denoted by this phi symbol. And you should remember that phi is not equal to the language epsilon, language containing epsilon, because in this language it has an epsilon, but in empty language it doesn't have epsilon also. And alphabets are finite and strings are infinite, which means in the binary language 0 and 1, it is finite. It has only two alphabets. But the strings that can be formed by this binary alphabet are infinite. You can form any number of strings with the help of these two alphabets. So in general, the alphabets are finite and the strings are infinite. So that's all for about the central concepts of automata theory. And in the coming session, we will look into the deterministic finite automata. Thank you.